I want to share something with you all that happened to me. It didn't happen to me, it happened for me. And I know there are people say, I don't, I pray and I ask I ask God to reveal this, but I never hear anything. Like he never talks to me. And so I've been in just in my word lately, and as you know, I see a lot of people in, and so I have been fasting. And I just said that for 21 days, there's 21 books, the book of John, and I am going to read the book of John. Every day I'm going to read a chapter. And so last week, I got notification that a past client of mine, who I've worked with the entire family and the in-laws, that he passed suddenly last week. And it really, I got that news last Tuesday after my sales meeting, and I couldn't work the rest of the day, right? And it really bothered me pretty much all week. And so, and it's crazy because one of my friends that I'm real good friends with, I sold her house, and then his mom, I sold her house, and I sold they were next door neighbors, right? And so they became to be very good friends still today, right? So my girlfriend Monica called me and said, and told me about my other client, I won't call names, called her to say her son had died. And he had just came back to Georgia last year, went through divorce, and reached back out to me, and I helped him get his a new home. And so I was like, man, I hated to hear that. And again, my clients really do become my family, right? And so I just wrestled with this. I went back and forth. I talked to the mom, and I just really hated it because death is already hard. And, it just seemed like in these days right now, it's even harder, right? And so yesterday was Monday, and I knew the funeral was scheduled for today, Tuesday. And yesterday I didn't leave home, and I just kept saying, God, I do not want to go to the funeral. And it's not that I didn't want to love on the family. I take things to heart because, like I said, they're like family. So it wasn't like I said, oh, they died, whatever, move on. I don't roll like that. It really does something to me. That's why I got out of the nursing field too, because whenever a patient would die, it would just be heavy. And so anyway, I just kept saying, God, I just do not want to go to this funeral, but I know I needed to go and love on my people. And so I didn't get to bed until 3 o'clock this morning. I didn't leave home at all yesterday, and I didn't get to bed until 3 o'clock, and I tossed and I turned. Woke up at 6 o'clock. It was just like, God. And so this morning, I read the book of John, chapter 9. And this talks about Jesus delivering the blind man. He was blind, and so now he sees. And so as I was reading, and I'm asking God to give me a sign, give me a word that I'm supposed to go to this funeral, right? And I'm reading, and Jesus tells the blind man, he puts the mud over his eyes, and he tells the blind man to get up and go down to the river, to the lake, and put water on your eyes. That blind man never asked him why, and what are you putting on me, and why am I doing this? What is he never did any of that. He was obedient, and he went to the river, right? He went to the river, he put the water on his eyes, and he could see. And that I was like, God, I said, okay, I hear you. So I got up, and I got dressed, and I said, okay, I'm going. So then my girlfriend calls me, and she's struggling as I was. And she says, Tasha, I just don't want to go. I said, oh my gosh, Monica. I said, I was just in that same position. And so I go to share with her what I read. And I told her, that's God's sign for me to get up and go. And I'm doing it. I said, I'm going. Don't even know what I'm wearing. Don't matter. I don't know what I had going on, but I'm going. And so she said, okay. And so she was just talking about her job, what she had going on. I said, hey, listen, if you can't make it, I'll let the family know. But I'm going to go and I'm going to love on them, right? I'm going to let them know. So she says, okay. She said, I'll call you back. Y'all, she didn't call me back. She texted me. And what she texted me was, she went and looked at her, like, I guess she got her word of the day, her script of the day. Gosh, y'all, this is like, when I say God is real, God is real for those that say he's not. Numbers 22:20 is what she sent me. And in it, I can't remember. I'm not a scholar to say I know script like that. But in it, it said to get up and go. God said to get up and go. Y'all, and I just started shouting. And I texted her and I said, wow, I'll see you shortly. So I tell you this. If you are looking for a sign, if you haven't heard him, you gotta listen. You gotta get in the word. Because he's talking to us. And sometimes we don't hear it, or we hear it and we say, man, I know I should have said that, or I know I should have did that. I felt that. That is him talking to you. And so I wanted to share with you all. And I'm so glad that I went, because the service was beautiful. There was nobody there. There was no, they had the monitors up of his, the celebration of his life. When I tell y'all, it was beautiful. The people came and spoke. And I wish funerals would get to that point where we don't see a body. Because I think people get so busy, and that's why I don't like going to funerals. People get so busy want to see a body. And not realizing that the soul left the day they died. The soul been gone. It's just a course that we're seeing. And I get to remember him just like I got to remember him. And I reached out to him on Christmas Day. And that is what I get to hold in our last conversation, right? But y'all, we got to listen. We got to pay attention. And if you haven't heard from God, I'm going to encourage you to get in the word. Get with people that are in the word and that can help you hear from God, because it blessed my whole soul today. We were supposed to go, and she made it. We sat together. We cried together. We loved on the family. And yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all. I hope this blessed someone today.